happy Wednesday, January 11th. Oh my goodness. So it's January 11th. This is the first official podcast that I've done since the new year. I did record my videos going over my plans for this year and the projects that I had done and completed last year. And I figured I don't know, I've been in a little different headspace. I've been really focusing on exercising, walking every day, trying to eat healthier, drink my water, and really get back into the swing of things. I feel like December was fabulous. It was a whirlwind, but it's time to get back on track. So, my first official podcast of the year is today. I wanted it to be last week, but it just didn't happen. So, I guess I'm going to start with my finished objects, which I didn't even grab all of them. Hang on. All right. First off, I'm wearing my Dross cardigan that I still have not blocked yet because I'm a procrastinator. But this is my draw cardigan. And I will link my Ravelry pages down below. Like I said, still haven't blocked it. So the bottom edging is a little weird, but that's okay. I also am in a rolly chair, which I don't usually record in a moving chair. So hopefully that won't be too distracting for me. So let me go grab the rest of my finished objects because I only have one on my desk. So hang on one second. Okay. I have to get back into the swing of things after Vlogmas. And I do and I don't miss recording every day. It's like a love-hate relationship, I feel like. So my plan for, I think it's November, is to participate in a bazaar, a local bazaar that's put on, and I want to sell some of my smaller knit items. So I'm working on each, month making some items so that I have some supply. I also make jewelry, so I have some of that as well. So I did accomplish a couple things this month. I go with the flow with my knitting. I think that's why I didn't record last week. I was kind of in a knitting funk. So I really didn't knit much. But that's okay. It goes through phases like anything else. So I have made 3 change purses. So I added, buttons to them. They're just small. This one I actually did the pattern. Nope, this is the right pattern. This is left over from a hat that I made for a Christmas gift. This, I did the pattern backwards, but that's okay. And this is a good way to use up scraps of yarn. So I plan to have these, as well as like bracelets to use up scraps of yarn. Like my goal this year is to really use up. I say use up, I love yarn. So I love to just accumulate it just because I love like looking at it. I love going through it. It's a weird thing, but I feel like people will get it, right? Because if you're here watching this, I feel like you can understand my love of yarn. So good ways to use up some of those bits though. Like I have a bin like right here. Oh, I can't even pull it out because it's so full. Of just like little bits that I want to use up some of that. So I'm going to make change purses, bracelets, and then with my bits of cotton yarn from dishcloths, I am making coasters. So this is the one I made. I had made this dishcloth, I think last year. So I used up that. Oh, and I even have a second one here that's for me. I don't know what is on it already. So this is mine. I have a little bit left over still, and so I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with it. But I did this. I did half and half on this one, which I kind of like. And then with the little bits that I have left over, like I still have the tiniest bit, I couldn't decide if I wanted to make like a scrappy coaster or do like just the corner of the color and then the rest in a solid color. I really can't decide. Like for the pink, I have red solid, I don't know, or do like a pattern of the patterned, the solid, the pattern of like a different color, like combine these two colors. I don't know. I can't decide. So I started one and stopped because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. Sometimes my creative juices flow really well and other times they kind of stall and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. So those are those finished objects. I'm just going to check them off because I made some notes. I don't have too much today, so we'll see. I mean, I had already stopped the video once. Oh, I'm going to have to again because, guys, I forgot to bring one of my whips. It's all right. It flows pretty well. All right, but I do have a finished pair of socks. These were the socks that I started. I don't actually know when I started them, but I carried them over into the new year. I think I cast them on the day after Christmas. So these are my Breaking Yarn socks in the Breaking Violet colorway that Liliana picked out for me for Christmas. Okay, lighting, I don't know. The lighting was okay. When I hold it up, it's a little weird. I can do this. It's a little dark. What if I do this? I'm testing out this lighting in this room, so bear with me. It's purple and blue. Like, oh, it's so pretty. And I have quite a bit left over. So I'm gonna make a scrappy pair of socks. I just love it. So pretty. She picked out a really good color. So I did finish those. Maybe I shouldn't tilt my head like that. Should that be my thumbnail? Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay. So that, my Breaking Yarn socks. So that is actually my first, okay. These, I don't necessarily count as like, they are finished objects, but I don't really count them as like finished objects. I don't know. I have a page in my journal where I have about my knits written down, and those I'm grouping them as like my little projects because honestly, I knit 2 of these in a day. I put them both on one needle because you don't knit them in a round, so they're just on straight needles, and I knit 2 at once. I did that with the coasters too because honestly, it's more work for me to like knit the small and then turn it. It's just kind of a pain. So I knit 2 at once. So I don't necessarily count that as like a finished object. I don't know. Anyways, so those are the finished things I have. Now in works in progress, I have 3 things to show you. I'll show you what I have and then I'll go get the third. Because the third is one that I carried over. It's Liliana's blanket. But yesterday I started a new pair of socks. I actually finished these ones this morning, but we were going to a meeting last night, and so I cast on a new pair so I'd have something to do. And I started this plain vanilla sock by the Crazy Sock Lady, her vanilla sock pattern on DPNs. And these are my St. Patrick's Day socks. See, the lighting for the colors in here is not great. Like, what if I tilt the camera? Is that any better? I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think about the lighting in here. That's that. This is from a Yarnable. Yarnable is a subscription box, and I don't get it every month, but that was from last year. And that colorway is Celtic Fairy. I think it was, that might have been from 2020. A colorway from 2020. And I just hadn't wound it up and used it. It was supposed to happen last year, but it just didn't, and that's okay. I'm still using my sock cozy from Ginger Snap Fibers because I love it. I'm still using my bag too, actually, but that had the other socks in it. So that is an 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon. So that's that sock in progress. And then I shared in my plans that I wanted to make the Bandito scarf by Campbell. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I started it with my mandala yarn that my husband had picked out for me for Christmas. And I don't have too much going. It's a really easy pattern, like really simple. I already want to make another one. And I already want to try, I think I'm going to try and make one with fingering weight yarn maybe at some point. But this is what it looks like. The pattern is really beautiful. Like, it's simple and beautiful. So I'm hoping that the stripes get smaller. Like, it always starts out big on the bottom. Isn't my favorite color to start with. I really wished it started with the purple, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because it's gonna expand this way and then be wrapped around. So honestly, if the purple is closer to the ends, I think you'll actually see it more, is my theory. I'm new to shawls that are, you know, used as scarves. My one from Christmas was my first one, and now I just want all of them. But like I said, knitting mojo has been kind of down, so I really think that's why I didn't. I hope you can't. Can you hear that? They're still working on my road. If you watch my Vlogmas, you know that, you know, they were working on my road. But anyways, so that's that project. And then let me go grab, I said what it was, yeah. Let me go grab Alana's blanket, because I just have not been motivated to work on it. Maybe this weekend when we sit and watch football. Hold on. Okay. All right, so this is Alana's blanket. I started this, it's definitely been over a year. It was definitely December of 2020. Okay, what can you see? So I started to add in the second part teal stripe. In hindsight, I wish I'd striped it a little different. She loves it, so it's fine. But I probably would do it different if I ever did it again. It's fine. She loves it. She's like, is it done yet? I'm like, no. So I have started on the blue. There's the pink. And then the rest of the pink. So I found when I was looking at it that the pink, I just used the whole skein and then moved on to the next one. And actually the teal stripe is bigger. I don't know why, but the teal stripe is bigger. So I measured the pink stripe to make sure that it is equal. Oh my gosh, words. It is late in the afternoon. I don't know if I just said that, but it's 2:21. So I had already, you know, ran an errand, had lunch, I went for my walk. So I'm a little tired. I wanted to nap today, it just didn't happen. But yeah, so I measured to make sure that the pink was the same as the prior pink, and I had a bunch of yarn left. So once again, those scraps is what I want to use. Oh, I actually think I have one started. More change purses that I can show you. So that's her blanket. I was hoping to have it done for her birthday, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Am I knitting a row on it right now? Did I just pick it up and start knitting? Yeah, I did. But we'll see. We'll see when it gets done. I'm trying to use the fact that I found yarn for my husband's blanket that I really want to make as a motivation to finish this one. She really, really wants it. So we'll see. Like I said, maybe this weekend when we watch football, I'll work on it. But we've been doing a puzzle. So a lot of times at night we'll sit and watch TV after dinner and I'll knit a lot, but we have been working on a puzzle and I have been listening to my book. I listen to my books while I knit, so that's not the problem, but just I've been listening to my book and working on said puzzle, or just working on the puzzle and talking to my husband. So that is that. Let me grab, hold on. Let me grab the change purses. I forgot I was working on these. And I can show you how I knit two at the same time. So these are the two that I'm working on. This is the pink from her blanket. And then this is just a gray. The yarn is the Big Twist Value. This is bubblegum. This I think is just gray. And then I have some fingering sparkle. That's so old, I have no idea what it is. And I just really like the contrast there. Guys, this light, I don't know. Please let me know what you feel about this lighting and this space to record my podcast. I'm totally open to, I don't want to say, what is it? Constructive criticism. So please let me know. I'm going to keep this and post it, but for the future, like, let me know what you think. But yeah, so these are the two that I'm working on. I don't have the coasters with me, and there's really only like this much of it. So I won't show that, but what else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about my books that I've been listening to. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm in the middle of a series, and it's so good. I'm listening to it on Audible. It is called Zodiac Academy. I did not write down the author. There's two authors. Susan Valenti and Caroline Peckham are the authors. They're so good. So good. It's about Fae, and it's really good. Like, oh, it's just so good. I like that kind of like magical fantasy stuff. I really like all books. I don't really care. It depends on what mood I'm in, depending on what genre I want to read, but I just love all books, and now I'm hooked on this darn series, and it's addicting. So there's that, and then I'm walking. I don't know if I mentioned it in my plans for 2023, but I am planning to walk 1,000 miles this year, and so far I have made it to, I didn't add in today's, I walked 3.3 miles today, and so that brings me to 26 miles so far. 26 miles. I've been walking every day. I missed one day. I took a rest day. But I feel good, and I'm getting back. It's making me feel stronger. It's making me feel, better. Exercise has always been an outlet for me, and I really got out of that since September. So I'm taking it easy by going back into it with walking, and I'm loving it. Now I think I'm ready to start lifting weights again. So once again, just getting back into the swing of things, into the, swing of school routine and catching up on things for the house and trying to take down Christmas stuff. It's a little overwhelming. Like I said, I've been in kind of a weird headspace. I think it always happens to me at the beginning of the year because there's so much excitement with plans and, New Year goals. But at the same time, that end of the holidays is always sad for me. It's just the beginning of winter, and spring feels so far away. So that's why it's been extra important for me to be walking and getting that time outside. So that's my spiel. I think that was everything I wanted to talk about. I talked about my works in progress. I talked about my finished objects. I talked about my miles, my book. That's it. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism, please leave it below, because that was the big thing, mainly this room, the lighting. So the lighting doesn't seem bad right now. It's like when I held up an item. Maybe if I had a light on the other side of me? I'm not sure. It's again, not very high tech. I have a tripod now, but other than that, that's what I'm working with. I can always go back to my living room too, but all right. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. I didn't even say when I started the video. I'm Dale, the Knit1.Tea2 podcast. I don't have tea today, unfortunately. I haven't made it yet. I had some water. But thank you for being here. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you for the ones who've been here since the beginning. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.